Welcome everybody to another edition of WCW 2006 here in TEW 2020 as it's Black Friday whenever you're listening to this, so happy Thanksgiving. Hope you all had a good turkey day if you celebrate, or if you don't, well, hope you're having a good Friday. But I'm actually taping this before because I'll be on vacation, so hopefully I'll get everything ready and up. But you guys don't care about that, you care about what's going on Nitro and Revolution. But before we get to that, a little year-end awards update. So the next one up for Friday, which will be up as, when this goes up, is Moment of the Year. A little explanation. Basically, like, I want to sort of think this is like sort of like, remember when this happened, if in like a, thread or a Twitter thread like 10 years later. So like I didn't want to do so much spots because A, I've just sort of like made up spots willy-nilly and don't remember them. And B, like this is sort of like just like moments in the thing. So and again, if you have if you have a better idea, you can go ahead and list it in the comments of the voting, with your own thoughts. And again, I didn't want to like overload it with everything of the same thing. So like there's one, I'll go over it once I go over the options. I go over my explanation. So we have Sting gets concertoed by the Triumvirate. This is Revolution April 2005. And again, this is when Sting had come back after losing the tag title match at Starrcade against Mrs. Morningstar. And like he was going to be a top guy going after Kidman. And then they had Kidman and him had a match on Revolution. And then, Triumvirate just concertoed. And that basically wrote him off until he came back in the fall to basically, be the special referee. And that's basically the end of Sting as a full-time guy, give or take. Like maybe if I come up with a really good idea, I might bring him back. But for now, like he's, sort of our, special guest star. Next up is, of course, RVD introing an advocate, aka Paul Heyman. After RVD had lost a few matches, he got some phone calls, and they introed this man. Now, this isn't quite as big as maybe it would be in our timeline because Heyman basically has spent the 4 years in the game just being, Jim Ross's partner on Nitro. Like there was no, well, I guess there was the, well, I don't know, was there? I guess there wasn't an alliance thing. Interesting. Anyway, sorry. So just that, and of course then we have Ray Jr. winning the world title at Mayhem 2005, and then we have sort of like Brother Ray attacking the Chosen Few outside of the club. Just you going 1-3 with them, and kicking their ass after they, there's the whole storyline, show long storyline with them going to the club and partying after getting a big win, and Brother Ray getting some measure of revenge. Honestly, I just include this because it's like sort of my favorite like quasi-serious sort of like goofy, very wrestling angle. And then Johnny Lawler powerbombing Gail Kim off the stage at Revolution in November 2005. So yeah, basically what I want to do is I didn't like want multiple world title wins on here for moments. I didn't want like multiple like big attacks. I didn't like multiple of the sort of like the same thing from the same person. So again, if there's another world title change you think is a bigger moment, like I can imagine Styles, but like sort of like I think this year, like if you're in 2005 and you're a fan, I think Ray Jr. like finally winning a world title is sort of a bigger, because you probably think AJ is going to win more world titles, even though it's his first. Because I sort of imagine like AJ Palumbo was sort of basically the, this timeline's version of like Cena JBL when everybody knew AJ was winning. But yeah, but everything else, like again, I'm sure there's other stuff people enjoyed more. But again, everything else is still up. So if you want, the show of the year, face of the year, heel of the year, wrestler of the year, all that fun stuff is still be up. And again, I'm going to do this for basically a month, like in real life, just because that's the number of like awards I got. And again, this is for 2005, so hopefully won't take too far in 2006 in game when people forgot what actually is going on and start voting on what happens in there. But anyway, let's get on with the show as we're live from beautiful State College, PA, as we're moving on to Super Brawl. And we start the show with what you expect. Jeff Jarrett, your number one contender, the chosen one, coming down to the ring as the crowd boos, coming out, getting all the heel heat he can, by himself, no Simply Johnny Devine. As the announcers put over, the W officials have already signed Jeff Jarrett and Simply Johnny Devine of the Chosen Few tonight against AJ Styles and Aaron Razor Jr. in a big tag team match. Jarrett takes the mic and says, "Now, I know all of you slapnuts saw what happened at Clash of Champions. Styles, you may have held onto that world championship, but let's not forget who the real headline here is. It's me, JEFFJARRETT, the Chosen One. The man who's a 4-time world champion, and let's be honest, the man whose blood, sweat, and tears have flowed in this very ring, and this business flows from my veins, Styles. My daddy, my granddaddy helped build this business from nothing, and now I'm still here." And look, here's the thing. O'Hare can talk all he wants about being the future Shock of WCW, but the reality is this business, this world of professional wrestling, it runs through my veins. I've been the backbone of this company, I've carried championships, and I've outlasted every so-called big name that has come through the ropes. Some are gone to other companies, some are gone to other countries, and some are just out of wrestling at all. And now here I am, the number one contender of the World Championship. Styles going to be sitting at the top right now, but don't get too comfortable because Slapnuts, I'm coming for what's rightfully mine. And at Super Brawl, I'm going to climb to the top of the mountain once again, as I've done before. It's not about flash in the pan success, AJ. You're the man of the moment, I can't deny. It's about longevity, resilience, and the undeniable talent to back it all up. I first got in this ring almost 15 years ago. Can anybody be sure that you're going to be around in 15 years, AJ? That you won't be broken with your style? Because if anybody's embodies all of what I said, it's me, Jeff Jarrett. So Styles, enjoy this moment in the sun. Enjoy your moment at the top. Because ask Sean O'Hare, it can be gone like that in a minute. And then cue AJ's music, he's about to a big pop. Says, Jeff, I've heard it all before. Chosen one, four-time world champion. Well, you've been busy reliving your glory days. I've been out here, night after night, proving why I am the WCW world champion. So you talk about the backbone of the company, but right now, I'm the one carrying it on my shoulders, night after night. And in Clash of Champions, I didn't just hold on the title, I defend against one of the best. I'll do it again against anyone who steps up, including you, Jarrett. Big pop for that. And then, he takes the mic and sort of stares down. Jarrett says, but, Jarrett, you talk about being world champion. Let's take a little stroll down memory lane about those world titles. Because you see, your reign as world champion came at a time in WCW that, frankly, many would rather forget. Hell, some may even claim, when you're at the top, that's when this company almost died. We're talking about an era of B-list comedy actors, video store clerks that thought they were creative geniuses, and even you, Jarrett, winning the world championship. But this company persevered. It survived when many said it wouldn't. But in the years that followed, night after night, month after month, year after year, men, some of whom, I don't personally like, but men like Steiner, Goldberg, Kanyon, Eddie Euro, Rob Van Dam, and hell, I'll even say Kevin and Palumbo, those guys helped make this belt mean something again and get it up to the level when men like Flair, Sting, Goldberg, and Hogan held it. They brought prestige back to this title that you and your buddies from New York, bro, tried to run into the ground. Because, Jarrett, you've been here for a while in this new era of WCW, and right now, WCW needs more than it ever has. But at Super Brawl, I'm going to you and everybody else why you really were chosen. You were the chosen one because you were a yes man, Jeff. But me, I've earned every damn thing in this ring. I fought, I bled, and I've sacrificed to be where I am today. I am the face that runs this place, Jarrett. I'm the man who's going to set the standard in WCW. And you, Jeff, I'm not denying your talent. You've been great. But every damn month I walk into a pay-per-view, I know I'm battling the best. But in a few weeks in New York City, it's not going to be about the past. It's going to be about the present. About who's the better man, and I can assure you, I am that man. There's something that you can hype yourself all you want, but tonight is going to preview what's going to happen at Super Brawl, and you got Ray Jr. beside you. But let's be honest here, Ray Jr. He hasn't had the best few months either. So me and my man, my backup, simply Johnny Devine, are going to kick your ass and just give everybody a little taste of what's coming to you at Super Brawl. And Styles Smile says, Jeff, I'm just not another champion. I am simply phenomenal. And when Super Brawl comes around, you're going to see why I hold this title. You're going to see why I am the pinnacle of this business and why I'm at the top. And Jeff, you're going to realize why that being chosen just isn't enough anymore. Big Pop, putting over the two big things, the upcoming world title match, which I think I already booked, but maybe I didn't. No, I did not. So, obviously, we know this is happening. Jarrett, Styles, World Championship. Ah, shit. Well, no. What? Okay. They had 86s. They had 86s, 83s. Yeah, okay. And this is one AJ was less over, so yeah, I don't care. It might not be like a 98, but it's not going to be a bad match. Oh, whoops. I should probably book the World Heavyweight title on the line. There we go. Anyway, so this gets a 95. Good stuff building up the show. And then we get another interesting angle here, as coming back from commercial. Big pop as Trisha Sky music comes in out, and beside her is ODB, who came in and made the save for Sky last week when, of course, Captivation was attempting to do a beatdown on the former WCW Women's World Champion. And, as they get in the ring, ODB takes Mike, says, where I come from, out in the good old country, we have a little thing called respect. We don't seek on people and show them from behind. If you've got a problem, you sit out face to face in a fair damn fight. You see me, I love the fight. I love the battle. And here's the thing. Even Gail Kim, Ally Danger, they took it to me, but they took it to us in the damn ring. All around the ring, but face to face in a fight. See, I'm not Trish's best buddy. We're not going to the same places. We're not hanging out in the same places, or have the same background. But Captivation did was dirty, even by my standards. I'm all for a good brawl, but it's got to be a fair one. Trish takes Mike, says, ODB's right. I've been in business long enough to know you don't win respect by jumping people from behind. So Lexi, Lizzie, Desiree, want to prove you're their best? Then do it in the ring. Right in this ring. Right now. Big pop as Captivation comes out, and Lizzie Dumas takes Mike, says, Trisha, how the mighty have fallen. Once the queen of the division held the Queen of Women's Wrestling, and now you're resorting to being backed up by this redneck? Come on. And then, Lexi steps in and says, used to be somebody we looked up to, but now you're just desperate. I know to be saving Trish, please. You're just as much of a joke as she is, if not more. At least Trish has actually done something. Big heel plot for that. And Desiree comes in, her, mocking. We are Captivation. Us three women are just like a group of wrestlers. We're most talented women in the business today. So if you think you can take us on, they're even more delusional than I thought. Trish says, fine. You want to prove you're the most talented? Then two of you get in this ring right here, and we'll have a tag match right damn now. Lacey steps in and says, fine, you're on, Trisha. Well, copyright. Lexi and I will show exactly what we're the top of the division, and we're done. There'll be no doubts about who's really in charge here. And there's a standoff as the match begins. And this gets a 66. Good stuff, because I actually rated everybody, because you got to build people up and give them chances on the mic, even if, because, Trisha, Lizzie probably would have gotten like an 80-something, but hey, this isn't too bad. Then we have the actual match, which is really damn good, because hey, Trisha Sky, good. Lexi, good. Lizzie, good. Even ODB isn't that bad. So, back and forth match. Obviously, like, Lexi and Lizzie are a bit of a more, like, well team. And that's sort of like the story of the match early on, is like they sort of trap ODB after a flurry of brawling from her. And ODB, like, does her best to fight back. But eventually she does get the hot tag to Trisha. Things break down. Eventually, Desiree Dawkins, distracts ODB and gets her to fight on the outside, and allows Lizzie and Lexi to team up on Trisha. And eventually we get a Lexi DDT, a big moonsault, a pull the tights, and a big win for the heels here on Nitro over Trisha Sky and ODB. Like I said, this gets a 79. ODB gets a 53. Trisha Sky gets an 81. Lizzie Dumas gets 66. And Lexi James gets a 60. Good stuff. And if you're wondering, we've basically told Jerry, settle down on the puppy stuff as much as you possibly can. And, he did fine in the later years of Raw, not being too horny. I'm sure there's stuff that people would hate, as we're trying to build a series division, but hey, what can you do? And the post-match, Captivation celebrate to the boos of the crowd as the announcers put over a big win for Captivation over Trisha Sky and ODB. And we cut backstage where Jeremy Borash is with America's Most Wanted, as Borash explains tonight's a big night for them as they make their debut in the ring. Well, I think they've already made their debut, but they have a big match on Nitro as they take on Great Suzuki and Shannon Moore, a big tag team match that's part of a mini tournament as they'll face winner of KO Evolution for a shot at the tag titles at Super Brawl. Era Storm basically, cut a pretty boilerplate babyface promo saying, they're ready for a fight against anybody. Evolution, nothing personal. We think you'll be great, but we got another match with Nikita to prove that they were lucky to protect the titles for us. But whoever gets us in the ring tonight or next week, sorry about your damn luck. Again, nothing fancy here, just sort of setting up the 2 big matches for the mini tag tournament tonight and putting over AMW, wanting an KO later on. And then we have the Truth versus Reno. Ooh, Truth. Okay, so Truth didn't click. Truth's still injured, and I make him wrestle because I'm a bad person. A bad person. But yeah, sort of like a squash here. Like, Reno's just sort of running out his contract. Because he's a big guy, so it looks impressive when somebody beats him. He's still quasi over. But yeah, he gets a little bit of spots in, but this is basically a squash for truth. He eventually hits his true conviction. Big pinfall win. Gets the, win over here. 64 for him, 50 for Reno. And, Reno rolls out. He takes the mic and says, first of all, I'll give a shout out to Lance. People may have thought you were fooling, but you're a true G. Or, again, I'm a white guy. I don't know how to do the promo here, but whatever how truth would say, you got respect for, Lance Storm. But that's not important. The important thing is I'm back on that grind. I'm going to prove every night I'm one of the best wrestlers on Nitro, and I'll fight anybody who wants to take me on. He does a little rap, and there we go. Basically, just a quick little promo, like rewarding him in the singles division, and saying he wants to rise to the top, and putting over that Lance Storm, got whacked in the head by it. Got kicked right in the damn head with a chair-assisted kick from Kaz on him. 78, good stuff. And then we have another Tomco Production Services video, which gets a 63. And just building that up, he's here. He's going to be somebody's protection. Puts over him. He's defended world champions, prime ministers, kings. And we're just like hyperbolic about who he's like supposedly protected. Like lots of bad 2006 era Photoshop. And then we have a big angle here as Brother Ray music hits, and he comes down to the ring very upset as announcers put over what happened when Eddie Guerrero attacked him last week, after his match with John Toro. And Brother Ray takes the mic and he looks like pissed, and he's like, this is like very straightforward and angry, like not really playing to the crowd at all. And he says, last week, Eddie Guerrero decided it was his place to attack me and show me disrespect again. And here's the thing. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. Tired of the damn respect from everyone in this company. I was this close to being world champion bound for glory. This damn close. And since then, what do I get? Disrespect. Disrespect for being in that number one draft pick match at Starrcade. Disrespect from Eric Bischoff, who didn't damn pick me until second day. And now disrespect from Eddie Guerrero. I'm not some run-of-the-mill wrestler. I'm a damn street fighter, born and bred for war in the land of extreme. I've battled some of the best in this business when they're rising up and when they're coming down in matches that nobody in WCW have never been a part of. I've come out top over and over again. I've got more gold in my past than I can count. And Eddie, if you can just waltz in and take me down, you've got another thing coming. Eddie, we've been in this part of this ring before, and I'm ready to do it again. You're going to disrespect me again like everybody else. Prepare for the consequences. I never back down from a fight. I don't run for a challenge, because I'm a street survivor. I'm ready to go to war, and it's a war you want. It's a war you'll damn get. Big pop for that, as then Eddie's music hits, and he comes down, and he's like, he's still Eddie, so he's a little cocky and sporty, but he's like a little more serious as he comes down to the ring and slides in and steps right up to Brother Ray. Says, Ray, Holmes, I'm tired of your whining a bitch, ASA. You see, I've done my share of her complaining, or at least I had a damn reason. You had a world title match, and yeah, you lost, but it wasn't because of any BS, but because another man was a little better and a little smarter that night. Nobody hit you with a chair, nobody hit you with a title belt, somebody else just got the pinfall. And there's like a mixed pop for that, because, it's a heel saying it, but it's kind of true. And you weren't disrespected at Starrcade. You were handed a chance by Bischoff, a man who we've never been friends, and you blew it. Ignore the fact that Kidman used a chair, but, he's a heel, is what he's going to say. But let's be real, right? Nobody gets handed anything at Business SE, even me. Look at my family, everything we've done. But when I started out, I wasn't given right to the top. If you look back in the archives, you can see me getting my ass kicked by Terry Funk 15 years ago. That's how this business works. You get your ass kicked, and you learn, and you fight, and you get better, Holmes. Every single night. So what was that chair shot? That chair shot was a lesson. It was a lesson, I say. To get your head on straight, and do what you need to do in this business to be at the top. Like I've done. Every single night. Wherever I go. No matter whether these fans cheer me or boo me, I'm always going to be Eddie Guerrero, the best wrestler in the world, and show what Guerrero family values me. And Brother Ray Sparkton says, Eddie, Eddie, if you think a single chair shot is going to be listened to you, you must have forgotten this things I've done in Land of Extreme. I've been through wars, through battles that would break a normal man. But I'm not a normal man, Eddie. I'm a damn street fighter. So yeah, you can talk about, fighting Terry Funk 15 years ago or being over in Japan, but I've been through wars. I've been through tables. I've seen fire and blood right in front of me. So, Eddie, if you want to get in street fight with me, congratulations, you got my attention. You want to fight? You got one. And then, boom, the brawl is on. There's a big brawl, there's a big fight. Eddie's, they're yelling at each other as they fight until WCW officials come out and break them apart, and there's like a little dive and fight again. And it looks like we got a feud going on here, as this gets a 96. Good stuff. And then we come back to commercial, coming backstage, where Celine Cartier is with Rick Bischoff, and, she basically asks them, I still want some competition and a chance. And Eric's like, look, you're not in line for women's world title shot, and we've agreed about that. And, Cartier agrees. So, you need other competition. And the reality is, some other, if you noticed, some of the other women are all tied up with each other. Now, I could throw you in that if you want, but I bet that's not what you want. You want your own individual shot at glory. And Cartier basically, agrees, says, yes, if you want a chance to get in the ring and prove she's the best. And Bischoff says, fine. Next week, you'll have a match against suitable competition. Cartier thanks him and then walks away. And Bischoff then picks up the phone as it gets an 82. And then, yeah, we have our first match of the evening, as it's the Americans Wanted taking on Suzuki and Moore. And this is, like, a shockingly good match. Like, I mean, this is basically kind of a spot fest. Like, not super a spot fest, but, like, very good match. As, Suzuki's really good. I just don't push him because he's over in Michiku Pro for, like, pay-per-views. And I think he's either the booker or the owner. I forget which. And Shannon Moore, like, he's not bad, but he's just sort of been here, like, been my permanent cruiserweight jobber. And so little, they get their spots in. Suzuki probably gets a big dive on of them. Eventually, America's Wanted takes over, and, they hit their 8-second ride catatonic death sentence run to get the pinfall victory here. And this gets a 76. Stormy Harris gets an 81. Moore gets a 53, and Suzuki gets a 67. And then AMW Celebrate, as this gets a 70. Fun stuff. And then we're, it says, we're not backstage. We're actually out at a motocross track, and we see like a big jump, and the bike land, and it like pull into a skid, and it stop, and then take off the helmet, and maybe there's a cut there, so we can replace the person who did the jump with Maverick Chance, as he then speaks into the camera and says, "Reckless Roberts, that's an interesting name, because what I do is reckless, because I'm out here every night pushing to the extreme, pushing the limits of what you can do as an athlete. Either in that ring flying around, or out here on the motocross track, or jumping out of planes. So Reckless, another shot at the Cruiserweight title, that's fine. Just talk to Bischoff and make the match, and I'll be happy to remind you why I won Highwire Havoc, why I'm the best Cruiserweight in the game today." So again, not the best promo, but we're building things up, and hopefully like this will help him out, and this gets a 49. And then we're backstage, as Ric Flair is with Cesaro and Lashley, hyping them up, before their match against Nikita later tonight. And he says, "The Nature Boy is here with the future of this business. Let me tell you something. There's a big night for us tonight. Bobby Blaster Lashley, power, former military wrestler, has done it all. Claudio Cesaro, he knows 5 languages. He's been all over Europe. And his wrestling skill is only matched by what he can do at a bar. Woo! They're a force to be reckoned with in WCW, and they're rising every single day, brother. But tonight, they're facing Nikkei, former WCW World Tag Team Champions. Respect where it's due, boys, but you're looking at the next level right here. His evolution is just a name, it's a statement. It's a promise that they are the future of this business. Because the Nature Boy doesn't back losers. He backs winners every single time you look. And Stacey, baby, if you think you're going involved in our business tonight, think again. If you step up, you're going to have to deal with the Nature Boy. That's a ride you won't ever forget, darling." Woo! So tonight, Evolution is going to show Nikio and the rest of the tag team division why this is our year. Lashley's strength, Claudio's skill, you're going to out-wrestle anybody who gets in our way. Tonight's a statement that we are the cream of the crop. And Nikio, you had a good run, but it's time to let the big dogs eat. This is our year in WCW, and tonight is going to start that. And that's such a promise. It's a guarantee from the Nature Boy. Woo! 65. Good stuff, as started last year just there to get more over because Ric Flair with them. And then we have our next match, which of course was set up last week by Anderson and Tolan. And, Anderson and Tolan face off, and they're fighting. Anderson is getting the advantage when Titus Tomko runs in and just kicks the crap out of Ken Anderson from behind. And the beatdown is on. Oh my god. It seems like Tolan did have a plan. That plan was Tomko Production Services. This gets a 70 as it was only 2 minutes. Anderson gets an 80, Tolan gets 68. But yeah, this is more of a match than an angle. As we go to that angle, as Tomko is just smirking, cockily walking around, yelling at Anderson. You think I walked here with a plan? You think I was just going to take you on one-on-one and let you make me an example again? No. I proved I'm the smartest man. I'm the rising star here on Nitro. I got my man back up as Tomko just drills him with another big boot and leaves him laying. So 75, as it seems, Anderson might need some help. And then we're backstage as, Rey Mysterio Jr. is getting ready, but he seems a little off. And AJ's hyping up, come on, big match. We can do this. And Rey's oh man, don't you want somebody else? Look, RVD, last couple months he beat me, Bound for Glory, Starcade, hell, Jamie Noble beat me. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm past my prime. Maybe I had my one shining moment, and it's all downhill for me. And AJ turns to him and they're Rey, you've done things in this business that others could only dream of. World championships, unforgettable matches, inspiring millions around the world. Hell, you're the reason that guys like me believe that we could be at the top of the wrestling world. When the past decades was full of guys much bigger, taller, and more jacked than us. You broke the barriers, and you set a new standard for men like us could be at the top of this business. A whole new generation is coming up in places like where I started, is going to create a whole new wrestling business, and it's because of you. And look, nobody wins every match, even Goldberg. Everybody has their down periods. But when you get out there, that crowd is going to be full of people behind you, want to cheer you, and want to see Rey damn Mysterio fly around and kick some ass. We got Jarrett, we got Divine, and we're going to show the chosen few that they're not chosen, but we have earned what we deserve. Rey's okay, yeah, you're right. Get out there, kick some ass, take some names. There you go. So little babyface, building things up as this gets a 91. And then we have, wow, okay, this, holy shit. Okay, so, also Yang is eating 80s, Jesus Christ. I didn't think he was that over. So yeah, this is a really good match. This is, did I put it as a spot fest? I forget. No, okay, but they did go all out. So basically, this is an experienced team versus an experienced team. Flair is trying to give them pointers, but Stacey's doing a little bit of her own generaling, and also Kaz and Yang are just that damn good. And they come in quick tag teams, quick tags, and Claudio gets his spots in, and there's a little couple minutes section between Kaz and Claudio that'll be on Twitter in 20 years as some underrated classic moments. But really the announcers are just really putting over Kaz as basically an underrated star in the company. He could challenge for the world title, but he's here with Yang trying to win back those tag titles that they think they never should have lost. And eventually what happens here is Cesaro gets his spots in and Lashley does, but eventually Lashley comes in, goes for a spear on Kaz, but he gets out of the way. Cesaro's a legal man. He comes in, goes for a big European uppercut. Kaz gets out of the way. Kick of doom. 1, 2, 3. Nikeo win, and they will face AMW next week on Nitro, as this gets an 85, because Kaz gets a 98, Yang gets an 80, Lashley gets a 39, building, and Cesaro gets a 65. And post-match, AMW come out to the top of the ramp, and they stare down as the announcers put over a big pay-per-view quality match next week right here on Nitro. Jesus Christ. Okay. Right, I forgot. AJ's good. Rey is good. Jarrett is good. And even Divine isn't that bad. Like, he got a 70, but, like, hey, you got Jarrett 92s, Styles 94s, Ray's 95s, and maybe this is what I did. Okay, I did steal the show. So, basically, this is, like, everybody getting their spots in. Like, AJ and Jarrett obviously are mostly kept apart. So, like, there's a long segment where Ray just gets to play Ultimate Face in Peril because he's Ray Mysterio Jr. Like, he can do good Face in Peril in 2023. He can still damn do it in 2006. And he, like, does his best. He gets his hot moments. But eventually AJ and Jarrett comes in. And here's the thing. Like, almost immediately as they're in, they're out of the ring, brawling, fighting. And then Ray and Divine are in there. And Divine does his best. And he's really good. Like, he's member of the Chosen Few for a reason. But he's Rey Mysterio's Rey Mysterio. And he is quickly getting the pin as AJ and Jarrett continue to fight up the ramp towards the top of the ramp. As this gets a goddamn 99. Ray gets a 95, AJ gets a 94, Divine gets a 70, Jarrett gets a 92, good stuff. But things do not continue from there as they continue fighting. And again, we got the WCW officials coming out to break them apart, and we sort of get the same thing, which I probably shouldn't have done, but hey, stuff happens. Where they sort of go after each other, and AJ gets the spot, Jarrett gets the spot. They're yelling things at each other. AJ's calling him a fraud. Jarrett calls him a young punk. All that fun stuff as youngsters put over. In 3 weeks in New York City, one of these two men will walk out as a world champion. And overall, we are looking at a 96. Okay. This was a really good show. I was not expecting that. That tag match was a lot better than I thought. Like, I was expecting, like, high 90s because it was AJ, Ray, and Jarrett, but I was expecting, like, low to mid 90s because I thought Divine would pull it down. But Jesus Christ. Yeah, AJ and Ray, good wrestlers, and hey, Jarrett in 2006. This is a version of Jarrett who hasn't become, like, a total, complete, just brawler guy. He's still a solid wrestler. Let's see here. Survey says, building. Come on, loading. There we go. Okay, Don Fry's back, so that's something I have to figure out. I'll be honest, I don't have a plan yet for him. Let's see here. Saito's hurt. That's unfortunate. Okay, he's fine. Drago's the X-Law champion again. Iron Ladies are the tag champions. All right. Sorry, I'm just looking at stuff. So we got a 2.25, which I think that might be our best rating ever. Yeah, that's our best. So, this is actually interesting. We've done it. I'm sure we've done it before. Well, unofficially, because when they're like in Japan or England, they get bad ratings. But this may have been the first time when we both in the US that we've actually beat them. Like, this is actually a pretty big moment. It might be a momentum shift. Now, you could say I sort of screwed WWE over by making them do a split like I did. But hey, they still got, like, they're getting really good shows. And hey, they'll thank me when they actually have stars and they aren't booking the same guys at 50. But yeah, let's see. They had Braun versus Carlito Cool. Adam Jacobs being JC Daz. Rick Steiner being Fit Finley. Don't book that. Like, that would be helpful. Richard, Sandman, and Maven. That's your team. Defeated Juvie Juice and TNA. Okay. Lion and Punk defeated Thrasher and Viscera, and Jericho defeated Holly in Random 95. And an event was Vampiro and Big Show defeating DDP and Batista in a God Collar match, which got an 89. It's not terrible. Like, just, they need a little better booking, and they'll be beating us. But hey, they're not getting free 99s anymore. So yeah. I'll be back in a second with Revolution. And welcome back to Revolution, live from, I believe it's College Park, Maryland, as we start the show with a very fun segment. And I forgot to put Teddy Long in there. My bad. But anyway, so we start out with, of course, Sean Hare coming out to the ring, to a big face pop, because he did lose, but he lost cleanly, did the good thing. He didn't do a handshake, but, what can you do? As he's coming to the ring, he says, want to thank everybody for their support. I still believe I am the future shock of this business. And yes, AJ Styles, you were the better man that night. I give him his props now because I was a little upset after the match. AJ, it reminds you of one thing. You got lucky. If I get one more shot, a few more minutes, that title would have been back around my waist. But I gotta move on. But anybody here on Revolution, and then cue Chuck Palumbo's music as he and Magnificent Mark Jindrak, along with Raven Rain, come out to the ring. Big heel pop. As Palumbo takes the mic and says, Sean. Always the bridesmaid, never the bride lately, huh? Once again, you choked when it mattered most. It's always become an attrition for you in the past few months. And then Jack says, hell, at this point, you're the least of the former thrillers over here. Look at me. U.S. champion. Palumbo, former world champion. What have you done lately, Sean? Manage a triple threat match and then lose the world title match? We moved on to bigger and better things. And here you are, still chasing and failing over and over again. And, as O'Hare's looking for a fight, out comes Canyon to the top of the ramp. And, he says, it's interesting. You guys talk about O'Hare having a bad night, but it's easy to mock somebody else's efforts after all. What have you two done klutzes lately that's so impressive? Maybe it's time to get a reminder of what you've actually done the past little bit. And Plum's like, can you want to stick your nose in it? We can kick your ass too. Because we're the cream of the crop. We're the thrillers, and we're still here to dominate, like we've done over and over again. And it's like, you want to talk about domination? Maybe you should look in the mirror about what you've actually done. Mark, Paul London kept that U.S. title last night. And Chuck, you got your ass kicked by Macias, and you even tried hitting him with a chair to no effect, and you got your ass chokeslammed right in front of the crowd. So maybe, just maybe, you should think about what you've actually done before trying to get your shots in, huh? But hey, if you want to fight, I'm happy to prove that nobody's better than Canyon. And I look at a shirt on and then walk. Cue walk as Rob Van Dam coming out to the top of the ramp, along with Paul Heyman, his advocate, and Heyman takes the mic and says, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman, and I represent the single most talented wrestler in this business, the whole effing show, Mr. Wednesday Night, Mr. Revolution, Rob Van Dam. Kenny, you come here to talk about the best, but let's talk about the actual winners. Last night at Revolution, Rob Van Dam did what he did best. Dominate and win, fly around the ring, and hit the 5-star Fox Splash. He defeated Jack Evans. Well, you, Canyon, you got rocked by Monty Brown in under 10 minutes. Because here's a rally about Clash of Champions. While some were busy losing and are whining about it, RVD has proven why he's Mr. Pay-Per-View. This man right here, as he points at RVD, is the epitome of excellence in this ring. He is the reason why people tune in every Wednesday night. He is the reason why people buy tickets to see WCW every single week. Anybody in this ring or in the back thinks except RVD, be warned. You're looking at the top of the mountain, the number one wrestler in the business, even if he doesn't have the belt. And if you can knock him off the perch, you're in for a rude awakening. And he already takes the mic, says, Paul's right. I'm not just here to put on a show. I'm here to dominate. And no matter who's standing across from the ring, the result is always the same. RVD comes out on top. Then, remember, as none other than Jack Evans comes out. Big pop. As, he takes me and says, Van Dam, it's true that you beat me at Revolution. But let's put one thing clear. I pushed you to the damn limit. Because after all, I was this close to beating you when Heyman got involved. And I got distracted just long enough for hitting you with that DDT from the top. I know I gave it all, and I came this damn close. I know if I got you in that ring one more time, I would shock the world just like I've shocked the world before. And that cues the sniping and, throwing back. O'Hare, saying, he wants to get in the ring with RVD, proof he's really number one for the Revolution. Can't talk about nobody better. Plum's reminding everybody he's the last man among everybody who has the world champion. And then out comes Teddy Long. Big pop as the Revolution GM comes out and says, hold on a minute, players. Looks like we got frayed nerves and a whole lot of tension in this ring tonight. And I think I've just got the solution to settle this. Now, since all of you are itching for some competition, how we have ourselves a tag team match. And not just any tag team match, but a 6-man tag team match. That's right, tonight it's going to be Rob Van Dam, Chuck Palumbo, and Magnificent Mark Jindrak face off against Jack Evans, Sean O'Hare, and Canyon. Big pop for that. Let me remind you, this is your chance to prove yourself. This is Revolution, baby. We don't sell things with the words here, we're doing it in the ring. So you better bring your A game because tonight it's going to be off the hook. And everybody does a little like stares down, and we had a big 6-man match for later tonight. So yeah, I sort of like had to play off the fact that like everybody except for RVD had a bad night, but still setting things up because they're still like top of the card, and there we go, big main event later tonight. 96, good stuff. And then you have our opening match as in a bit of a reaction to Clash Champions, where Cash and Justin Jet, the Jet got a big win over Jeff and Matt Hardy. Now it's a bit of a rematch as Cash takes on Jeff Hardy. This has nothing to do with the fact that Jason Jet has a neck pain for the next year. But we're going to keep things interesting as back and forth match as both back and forth match as the announcers put over the fact that both Matt Hardy and Jason Jet were banned from ringside for this match. It's back and forth, and Cash gets his spots in, going dead level, going for the money, going for a couple big moves. He hits a big dive, wacky moonsault off the top to Hardy, but Hardy makes his comeback, hits a Whisper in the Wind, boom, bam, bing, Swanton Bomb in a little over 10 minutes. 1, 2, 3, and a big victory for Jeff Hardy and a measure of revenge over Cash here. As this gets an 83, Cash gets a 71, Jeff Hardy gets a 90. Good stuff. And post-match, Hardy celebrates as the announcers basically, say what I just said, a measure of revenge. But of course, Hardy's want to win in tag team competition. All right, and then we're backstage as Amy Weber is with Keenan Sharp, who of course attacked Paul London after his U.S. title win over Mark Jindrak last at Clash of the Champions, and he basically asked him about that, and he says, Sharp says, there are actions in this world that goes beyond the comprehension of most minds. You see, on the path, you learn many things. What I did to Paul London, it wasn't an attack, it was a introduction. It's an introduction that when you walk the path that I do, you see things differently. You understand that sometimes to bring about change, things have to get a little chaotic. You see, Paul London, you're a talented athlete, no doubt, but you're blinded by the glory of the United States Championship. There are greater forces here, and I need to lead him to the path so he can achieve his true glory and a more significant destiny than just some tin and gold. Paul, I didn't attack you because I hate you. I attacked you to open your eyes. To show that your current life is a mere illusion. That belt you hold is a prop, preventing from reaching your true potential along the path with me. Of course, behind me learning. It is my duty to liberate you from your chains and bring you to me. I will show you true greatness, but only if you follow me, Paul. And I have to beat that into you and make you tap and scream for you to walk the path. I will do it, not out of malice, but out of need to get you on the path. Give you a gift of awakening. The path is open to all, but only to those who are able to walk it and follow me. 84, good, not spooky, but like weird promo from Sharp. And, sort of sets things up as, of course he doesn't want the title. He's not a lying, cheating bastard heel. He just wants to put London on this, path of enlightenment. Heels never lie. Let's move forward. We have a fun little segment as, this was not great. What it was, it is. As Allie Danger basically comes out of the ring and she says, at Clash Champions, we screwed up. Gail and I are fine, but we realize we lost our shot at the tag titles. And Gail's fine. She's a tough cookie. But me, I'm upset. And I want a damn fight. So somebody in the back gets out here so I can kick their ass and show them what Allie Danger is all about. Then cue 99ers music, and Allie's like, wait, you? Come on. You're only here because we want to keep the Hart family happy. And he's like, basically, babyface promo, ready to give her a big fight and shock the world, and the match is on. Again, 39, because these guys aren't great on the mic, it's super over yet. And the actual match is, okay, yep, okay, I risked this, and this was not good. Not a terrible match in ring, but, they both got 40s. And back and forth match, but, this isn't quite a domination, but, Danger, used a little bit of brawling and offense. Natty, tried to use her technical skill, but Elliot was a little better and got the win here in a little 8 minutes. So I got 39, I got 48, then I got a 44. It is what it is. But then post-match, Allie got out her kendo stick and beat the crap out of Canadian Hart before she left the ring to the boos of the crowd as this gets a 38. Not our best segments, like some first yellows in a while. And then we cut backstage to a promo where I probably should have ready to do the skipper, but you learn things. Anyway, Osei, basically says, "Hey Long, you're a great man, a powerful man, a wonderful man. And, we earned those tag title shots, and we keep this close. Much closer than anybody expected. Except us, of course. But I, a powerful man, let's talk to another powerful man, I'll get us another shot of those tag titles." And he's like, "Playa, I appreciate it, and you did well. But, Bishop and I have agreement, and Nitro is getting the tag title shot at Super Brawl. But, if you compete hard and win some matches, who knows what happened here in Revolution." Okay, and Skipper are not happy about that, and Skipper says, "I'm a better athlete than Shelton, I'm tougher than Booker, and I'll say he's the smartest man in this business. Tonight, we're going to bring greatness." Dave Long says, "That's fine, play, but do it in the ring." The 72 sort of like building OC and Skipper still want another shot at tag titles, and as we go forward. As we have, okay. The announcing color commentary just rolled badly. Anyway. As we open up on things, so, Kidman comes down to the ring with April Hunter, and he says, "Last night, I made an open challenge to anybody who was on the Clash of Champions card to come down here and try to prove that they actually deserved to be on that card more than I, Billy Kidman, a former WCW World Champion, a main eventer, one of the best wrestlers in the world, was left off that show for no damn good reason. So it has the guts to come down and face me." There's a slight pause, and then dun, 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 whatever rip off of Angle's W music we have, and Kidman's surprised, but he's not shocked. Oh my god! As Angle comes in the ring, gold medals, intense look, all that good stuff. Kidman's like, "Angle, you? Well, honestly, I'm glad it's you. Shane, well, he's real good, but he could take you down. But here's the thing: I'm not Shane Helms. I'm Billy Kidman, and I'm going to show you how it's done here in WCW." And he's like, "Really? Come on. Kidman, I respect your accomplishments, what you've done. But you're on your own. You don't have your backup anymore. And let me make it clear. I'm not blaming you for having backup before. Like my history, I've had plenty of backup in my life in wrestling. But I'm on here on my own to do one thing. Not have backup, not get involved in brawls, but get in that ring and compete, not to play damn games. So if you want to send a message and think you think you deserve to be on Clash of Champions card, then I'm right here, ready to receive that damn message." And Kevin fires back, "Kurt, you might be an Olympic gold medalist and a champion in other places, and you've got a big one last night, but this is still WCW. This is my world. And sure, I'm not going to deny that you won last night. But tonight, it's just you and me, and we're two of the best in the world. And I could take you down and take you out and show everybody why I was one of the hottest stories of 2005, and I'm going to be one of the hottest wrestlers of 2006 once again." Angle fires back, "Kidman, I've been in the ring the best in the world. I faced legends and made legends tap out. I don't need to beat you to prove my worth. But I came to W to show that I'm still the best in the business, because this is where I knew the best in the business were. And if you think you can prove otherwise, well, then you're in for a very rude awakening." Kidman says, "The only thing rude is when you realize that I can crush you like this, and when the lights go out and I'm winning, you'll have to accept it's about more than ankle locks, gold medals, and milk here in WCW. It's about pure talent and drive and ambition. And that's exactly what I have in this business, Kurt." Kurt says, "Finish things. Billy, you want to see how it's done in WCW? Be careful what you wish for. Because when you step in the ring with Kurt Angle, you're stepping in the ring with the very best. And that's true. It's damn true." So we got a stare down and most likely maybe a match, but nothing official yet. 87, not bad. Kidman rolled badly, and we got bad announcing, but still 87 is very, very, very good. And then we cut backstage where Nikita Colt is with her tag team partner of European Union, Christina Busick. She has the WCW World Championship, by her side at the, on the sort of bench in the locker room. And in steps all that Alyssa Alexander. Alexander has been seen in the past couple of weeks, but she was priorly teaming with Trisha Sky when Trisha was on, Revolution. But now she's here on her own, and she says, Nikita, you faced lots of challenges so far, but a new generation needs to step up and face you. And I'm ready to do that. I'm ready to get you in that ring and prove this is a new era in WCW. And there's a rising tide remaking this whole damn division. And he's like, sort of shrugged and says, if you want the challenge, I will give you a challenge. Vicina, in the ring and give her a lesson in respect. I guess we got a match set for later tonight as this gets a 76. Fun stuff. And then we have Jamie Noble defending the TV title against Chavo Guerrero. And it turns out you put Jamie Noble and Chavo Guerrero Jr. in 2006 in the ring, and they have a pretty good match. I mean, this is like, very technical back and forth match. Chavo gets his spots in, but, will eventually take control. And, like, there's no real, there's cheating throughout the match because he's a heel. But basically, Chavo goes for his brainbuster. Noble gets out of it, hits a few moves, locks in the guillotine choke, and if in order to go, Chavo has to tap out, as Noble makes defense number 3 of his TV title. This gets a 78, Noble gets an 83, and Chavo Guerrero gets a 71. And then, as, he gets in the ring, he's, grabs the mic and says, there we go. Another supposed legend in this ring, and I'm making him tap out, because I'm Jamie Damn Noble, and I prove I'm the greatest, going to be the greatest TV champion of all time, and nobody will deny me how great I actually am. And then out comes Trevor Slater. And Noble's just sort of like, are you lost? Like, because, your buddies, AMW, they're over in Nitro, so you're all on your own. Trevor's like, damn it, I'm tired of people only asking me on AMW. They're my friends, but I'm a wrestler too, and I'm ready to fight. So, Jamie, I came out here to challenge you. Damn it, I want that TV title. I want you in that ring. More importantly, I want to show you that us from the South aren't all assholes like you. Excuse my terrible Southern accent there. Noble basically agrees and, says he should have stayed in the back in catering, badly flirting with Amy Weber. So 58, because, I rated Trevor Slater because it was fair, and there we go. It is what it is. And then we cut backstage where Amy Weber is with Monty Brown, and, Monty, like, we're not changing his gimmick, but, like, he's more, I don't say, like, professional, but he's, like, more intense, but also more structured. Like, he's not a wild man. He's, like, in actually a 3-piece suit, sunglasses, as Amy Weber asking about his victory at Clash Champions. And, Monty takes Mike and says, I did what exactly I said I was going to do. I am the alpha male of WCW. And I will put anybody who's put in front of me, I will wreck them over and over again, whether it's the youngest new kid off the street or the greatest in the damn world, supposedly. Because I've waited for too damn long as I've risen this company to make an impact. This is my time now. And Revolution is going to be my jungle. Anybody who gets in front of me is going to be hit with a bounce. And then he walks away. 86 not bad. You start putting over, he basically destroyed, Canyon and got a big win. And then we're backstage as, Chavo Guerrero is getting, looked at by, backstage doctor, getting an ice pack. And then Austin Aries walks by and sort of chuckling. Chavo's like, what the hell are you saying? And Austin just, well, it's sad, to see people who used to be great on their downward slide. Like Chavo, didn't you used to be a tag champion? Hell, did you used to be in big time moments with your uncle? And now here you are, losing to Jamie Noble, being just an afterthought, being passed up by the future of this business, men like me, Double A, Austin Aries, all that. I was like, kid, I don't know you, but I already hate you. Now, let me put this ice on my shoulder and shut the hell up, or I'll make you shut up. Austin Aries just sort of like smirks and walks away. 57. Good stuff. And then we have our women's match, which is not quite as good as I wanted, but is actually pretty good. And yeah, back and forth match, as the answers, put over Alexander throughout the challenge to Cult. And fun stuff, and Busick takes her down with the technical holds and everything else. But here's the thing. Alexander is very good. She's a very good, strong wrestler, and she powers out of a submission hold by Busick, hits a big lariat, a spinebuster, then puts up, and I need to look this up later, hits the Kudo driver, and picks a big pinfall victory here on Revolution, as this gets a 71, Alexander gets a 49, mostly a lack of overness, and Busick gets a 72. And post-match, Alyssa celebrates the win. As you spread over, you could say this is the biggest win of her career on her own here on Revolution. And then after that, we get a lot of more scary music, as on the pay-per-view, jungle-themed, drums, chanting, all that good stuff. 32, yeah. And then we get our Nitro recap, which is a 71, focusing, of course, on the Styles Jarrett stuff. And then we have our main event, which... Wait, what the hell happened here? I'm confused. Hold on. Why was this bad? Looks okay. Low experience announcing. Okay, let me do a little math here. So, 2 points, 9 points, 28 points, 42 points, 38 points, 54 points. Divide that by 6. That's 27, 9. So this should have been an 88. But I guess we got the bad roll on announcing and bad roll on color commentary. And was there anything else? And some inconsistency, but that would have been rated in the overall ratings. So stamina, I guess he was a little hurt by that. So I'm guessing a couple points for low experience. Then they had bad rolls on announcing and color commentary. So at some point they lost track of the match, unfortunately. And this should have been an 88, not the end of the world. I was honestly hoping for low 90s here, which it should have been. But this is your very typical, big 6-man setting up future storylines. Jindrak and Palumbo, working together. Van Dam flying around. Evans going after Van Dam again. O'Hare looking to make a comeback. And things eventually break down. And in the ring, Canyon is able to drill Jindrak with the Canyon Cutter and get the pinfall victory. 1, 2, 3. As babyfaces get a big win and a measure of revenge. Measure of momentum to end the show. And we get a 85. Okay, so still a good show. Monty Kidman sort of saved us from and the opening saved us. Ah, man. Yeah, those unfortunately, those bad announcing about our car commentary can absolutely kill you. But the problem is, there's not any good announcers out there. I have Ross. That's part of the reason why I signed Ross, is so I can move Giovanni over to Revolution. But, there's nobody else with, better ratings out there. Figueroa is, an 80-something, and I hope, more experience will help him out. But outside of that, there's obviously, Cole, I guess, or whoever. But, yeah, there's nobody really out there. Which sort of is realistic for 2006. Who was a good announcer in 2006. And don't say Joey Styles. Anyway, let's see here. Johnny, she is a woman. She's not wrestling Sean O'Hare. She's not wrestling Macias, okay? You get that. Please. That's always the best, because it, makes no goddamn sense. Okay, the Kingdom. Not that Kingdom. Chris Stone joins AAA. That's interesting. That's interesting. Hernandez and Brian Danielson. Sure. Sorry. So, again, quick little check here. So, storyline-wise, we got challenges everywhere at an 80. We got Not Wrestling on Large, which is basically just the Styles Jarrett feud. Again, I'll probably rename these. Is at a 95. Against Dark is at a 46. This might be the end of this. This is gone since, what? Yeah, Sting. Okay, holy shit. This is, goes back all the way to last year. So, yeah, we probably need to kill this and restart something new. Captivating Nitros at a 75. Might need to figure out who's exactly part of this. Dangerous Challenge is at an 88. Never Nobles at a 70. Now Trevor involved. Respect Needs to Be Earned at an 87. Storm Shifts at an 81. Ultimate Opportunities is at a 57. Angles, I guess, second match is at an 83. Expanding Horizons at a 78. Money Men's at an 82. New Effing Shows at an 82. Surprising Challenge is at an 83. Throwing Darkness is at an 81. Top Guys is at an 81. And Who's Glory is at a 78. So yeah, unfortunately that main event sort of hurt things a bit, but, not the end of the world. Anyway, looking around the wrestling world, we go to the WWE, where they had SmackDown, and not their best show. We have Veronica Vane defeat Celine Maters by countout. We had Devon Dubois defeat Spike Dudley Christian defeat Chains, sure. Rikishi and Street to the Suburbs defeat the It Crowd. Will and Regal defeat Steve Bradley. John Cena got another match and is continuing his babyface undercard stuff, losing to The Undertaker. And then Kane Steiner versus Gladiator and Billy Gunn. It is incredibly wacky. This is sort of the top tier of SmackDown. And yeah, it is what it is. What can you do? Anyway, looking at our DevFed first. So for their TV show, we had Ryan Drago defeat Kurt Stallings. Drago's getting there. Like, he could be part of the Cruiserweight scene soonish. Gordy's just down here. Well, I set up for his plans for him. Cassidy's and Rave might be future parts of the series as soon as I get an idea for him. Kenzo's doing okay. Matt Morgan's and Rally Dorky is a regen. Rick Michael, so yeah, people I don't care about because they're not roster members. Weekly House Show, Matt Morgan killed Brett Major. Ryan Drogo defeated Bryan Danielson. Sure. Yes, we live in that world. Ray Gordy defeat Lance Hoyt. Sure. 2020 defeat After Handers. And oh yeah, Cassie Riley is your new world champion, randomly defeating him on the third match of the show. Sure. Then we had Desperate Measures. Hot Sauce and Reyes and Danielson defeat Morgan and Duarte. Let's see here. What else do we care about? Jason Cross defeated Ray Gordy. And yeah, that's it. Nothing really much of note. If we go to AWQ, AW Weekly, we had Amazing Kong and Annette Blanchard defeat Ashley Lanning and Tanisha Biggers in a 41. I mean, Kong's already kind of there. Interesting. Madison Eagles, Miss Molly and Michelle McCool defeat Carla Chambers and Wicca in a 52. I believe, yeah, it's Portia Perez and, yeah, I forget the team name. Errol defeat Josie in a 65. And Lee Hosaka defeat Emi Sakura and Madison Claire in a 67. And yeah, I know, I'm sort of wasting Emi Sakura, but I don't know. I don't have great ideas from her. But yeah, okay, so that's AWQ. If we go to HWA, they had a big show. Let's see here. Mustafa Ali faced Cheech. Sure. Billy Back and Chandler III defeated Nacho Kedevetu. So a future Spirit Squad member and a regen. And yeah, there we go. Barry Bradford beat Sal for Tomaselli. Ray Charlotte beat Baron Corbin. Yeah. Ray Steele beat Danny Basham in the main event. There we go. Let's see here. HWA Weekly. Ray Charlotte defeat Alex Shelley. Shelley's doing really well, honestly. I forget if he's a dev or he's somebody HWA just signed. I think he's the former. Ray Champagne beat Excalibur and Ray Steele won. But Sean Davari and Danny Basham are your new tag team champions. Sure. Over in OVW. And yeah, these guys I might need to go in and like just make up owners for these guys to make them actually sign people. Anyway, if we go back to OVW, where are you? There you are. All right. Weekly Loop. Let's see here. Anything of note? Not really. Insane Dragon defeat Russ Haas. Sure. Lee Warden defeat Gabby Galvez. Oh, right, this is a big one. Trent Breaker became the OVW champion, defeated Danny Doring, which means Doring might actually be brought up. I mean, not by WWE in-game, because, yeah, he's dumb, but, you know, it's what it is. Let's see here. Peyton Morrison. Morrison's finally getting a push by the AI, because he's been here long enough. Lucy, okay. The problem is, like, Daphne is not good. Like, here's a little secret about Daphne. She was never that great. She could bump big, and she had a fun character, and she was decently charismatic, but she was never good. Like, you know? And then they had their big show, which let's see here. We had Lucy Fur taking on a regen. Regen's almost as good as her already. We had Rory Fox defeat Jay Crest. Sure. John Morrison and Eric Engel are a team. Again, sure. And yeah, that's about it. Again, OVW is OVW. Okay, and then if we look around the wrestling world, oops, that's the wrong thing. If we look at the news and the results, going back to last week's SmackDown. Okay. All Japan had their first big show. They're still getting 22,000 people for their big shows, which doesn't make sense considering the roster, and that's sort of the game sometimes. So things people would actually care about. Let's see here. Nunzio defeated Ricky Fuji. That was a very indie scum match for All Japan. Dragon defeated Goman. Hines and Barton retained the All Japan All Asia titles. Yoni defeats Suwama. Hase defeat Henning in an old man match. And Taiyo became the new Triple Crown champion. Let's see here. TEW had a big show. Main event was Amazing Red defeated The Wall in a barbed wire match. Sure. Anything else of note here? Nah. Let's see here. I want to think there was another big show. Oh, right. ROH had a big show. Let's see here. Gerald Clark versus Mark Wolf. Daisy Hayes and Ann Kowalski versus Jessica Havoc and Susan Morgan. And John Walters is on the show. Mike Bennett, Eddie Edwards are all on the undercard. Main event was Dixie and Quackenbush defeat Amazing Red and Alex Shelley and Trent Acid and Rick Michaels in a tag triple threat tables match. Sure. Went over OVW. Let's see here. Gaia had a big show. We had Kyoko Inoue and Yumi Ohaka facing Nomori and Tamana for the tag titles. And the latter one, Omega check switches Chiku Yamichiki and Kareto defeat Devil Masami and Haley Hatred, who's getting a bit of a push. Tako Inoue defeated Karu. Miko Satomura defeat Nani Kakishi. And Toyota and Kudi defeated Asen Bird, which is Kainoa and Yumetsu in the main event. And Toyota's still getting 81s because this is a world where the Joshi world has not completely fallen apart yet. 0-1 had a big show. Tanaka and Kodaka defeated Hiro and Sadoka. So Kodaka is a random undercard New Japan guy. Sadoka, of course, was in Kaidai and WWE, and Hiroshima. Scott Norton defeated Atsuka and was probably a very stiff match. Chocobo Muzaki defeated Fujiwara to retain the 0-1 International Junior Heavyweight title. Sure. And Akabono and Hodaka Daka defeated Howard and Shinya Hashimoto in the main event. And yeah, that's about it that really matters. So yeah, that's where we are. So if you enjoyed this, go ahead and give it a like. Comment below what you're liking and not liking. Subscribe to the channel for only TEW 21 content, especially the next few days, as I will not be posting other stuff because I will not be around. But I will be, keeping up with, awards and a lot of other fun stuff. But that's all around. So talk later, and adios. Have a good one.